With it or quit it. With it, quit it.
What?
With it.
We about to turn up in this bitch.
All right, what am I winning or quitting today?
Russell Westbrook got into an altercation with a Utah Jazz fan last night. He was recorded shouting at the fan, and after the game, he called the comments disrespectful and racial. Joy, the NBA needs to control their fans. With it or quit it.
With it, for show.
Okay.
For show, for show.
And hope you didn't mind, I actually just took the exact words that you said on her today, so it's a good read.
Oh, so you just did my read?
And that's some of it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's really about the setup. The
Right.
setup, you know.
I'm trying to sneak one of those in.
We'll
every
get to
week.
the opinion now. Anyway, the point is, if you didn't see the video, I don't know where you are, but
Right.
just look it up. It's
I
very
actually
easy to find.
saw it as soon as it got posted. It was like 1 minute, and I was like, "Oh, this may make news." I didn't know it was going to lead every show.
Yeah. Well, when you watch it, then you understand why immediately.
Yeah.
It's Westbrook, and he's controversial and polarizing, and he goes off and basically says that he would definitely beat that ass.
Yes.
Basically.
I'm talking to you.
I'm paraphrasing.
And your wife.
Yeah. On everything I love.
Yes.
I'll beat that ass. I'm paraphrasing again, but it's basically the
Right.
long and short of it.
Yes.
And he said that the fan told him to get down on his knees like you used to. So get down on my knees like I used to is basically what the fan said. The fan was interviewed afterwards.
Crazy.
Why he was interviewed?
Why we know his name? We know his name. He's popular now.
Why he was
This
still
is crazy.
why he was still
I'm
there?
I'm stopping interrupting.
We don't know, but he had a microphone in his face and he
Yes.
explained himself, saying that he told him to ice his knees and that his wife said nothing. Westbrook already had ice on his knees,
Right.
And there's no version or like alternate universe that exists where I can imagine Russell Westbrook escalating to the height of anger that he was over someone telling him to put ice on his knees, which actually, considering the fact that he had ice on his knees,
Right.
would be helpful. Like, you should ice your knees. So
No one's
clearly
screaming
something about
helpful
knees
advice.
was said, except
hecklers.
for one spectrum is over here and the
Right.
other one is way over here.
Yes.
Now, people are going to believe who they want to believe based off of their own experiences. I'll put it that way. All
Okay,
right?
that's the nice way to put it.
I
That's
think
very
so.
safe.
It's the safe way of putting it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Before I saw any of the tweets, because there's some of the tweets are allegedly fake. Not even going to get into what he's tweeted or hasn't tweeted. Before I saw the tweet and before I saw that ridiculous interview, I automatically believe Russell Westbrook because why would he lie?
Voila.
I mean, literally, like, what reason does he have to lie about it? It doesn't make any sense. He's not stupid. There's people everywhere. Clearly, anyone who was standing next to him would have heard what the guy said. In fact, Patrick Patterson, his teammate who was sitting right next to him, said that's what he said and more. So who am I to believe here? Some random fan who has everything to lose if he comes out and admits that he told Russell Westbrook to get down on his knees like he used to? Or Russell Westbrook? I don't know. I'm going with Russell Westbrook. You make your own decisions in life, and then you can actually do some extra research and find out who this guy is, and then make your own decisions in life. And if you still come to the same conclusion, then you've made your own decision in life. The point is,
Congrats.
I felt the way that I feel about these situations since the beginning of time, which is fans have this idea that I've purchased a ticket. Here you go. Thank you for allowing me into your building. I now can behave however I see fit. I can holler at other people. I can run up and down the hallways of this arena. I can yell and shout at the top of my lungs. I can lose my mind, essentially, and be completely disrespectful, and there are no consequences because I've paid money for this entertainment.
Yeah.
And it's ludicrous. I can't process it. I've had grown men pour beer on me. I've had people throw hot dogs at me. I've had a grown man get in my face and literally tell me to shut the up this far away from my face. He had a whole beard. I mean, it was as big as his face. His beard was as big as his face. He was twice the size of me. I'm 5'2". Okay?
These are your experiences.
Okay, so he wasn't 10 foot tall, but he was very, very big. Okay,
Yes.
and much bigger
Felt
than
that
me.
way,
The
yes.
point is, I'm a pretty unassuming person when it comes to someone who would be violent or a threat. Don't get it twisted. I am. Okay, But looking at me, you wouldn't think that I would be someone that you would want to physically attack
So
inside of an arena.
Sometimes you get tried.
Right. It's silliness, of course, but
course.
you know, sometimes you got
to let people know who you are every now and then.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's a test of life.
Right.
All right. But the point is, people act insane in these places, and it's not always because of alcohol. And I don't understand it. I've never understood it. It gets excused as, oh, well, heckling and this behavior. It's just part of sports. It's always been a part of sports. Just because something has always happened, guess what? Doesn't mean that it's right or that it needs to happen. There's plenty of examples in history of things we've just kind of altered away from that were actually really good. Like, for all of society, maybe just behaving like you would behave if this person that you're yelling at could actually react how they would react in the street might save everyone just a little bit of trouble.
Right.
Okay. Now, to get into the levels of like how racially disrespectful this is, basically it comes down to this. If you're white, you're going to think what he said is demeaning. If you're black, you're going to think it's racial. And if you think that it's racial, then you understand the deep levels of disrespect that saying this to a black man would be.
And also Westbrook going off like that.
Right. I have no problem with him going off like that. And if you don't understand what he's saying either, he's not actually threatening the woman. So just stop. All right.
Yes. He's getting her attention as well. That's why I thought it was like you and your wife. She was like,
yes, you too. I mean? You too. You're with him. That's this together. All of this. All this whole area is disrespectful. Now, people are going to argue like it's beneath Russell Westbrook. It's not actually, because Russell Westbrook is a human being. And this is entertainment. And this is his job. He isn't here volunteering. And just because you paid money, you've only paid to watch his performance.
Right.
When you go to Cirque du Soleil, do you get to run up to the stage and yell at the performers? It's quite frowned upon.
Crazy.
You will go to jail.
Right.
It's actually very dangerous.
Heckle at Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
Have you been to a Cirque du Soleil show? I have no interest in seeing any of these gymnasts doing incredibly difficult and dangerous stunts being yelled at by lunatic hecklers.
Yeah.
Okay?
Don't drop it.
There's a reason why.
Don't drop them.
There's a reason why they don't do that. Okay? It's ridiculous behavior.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It makes it uncomfortable for the other fans that are there. It's unsafe for the players. If somebody goes off, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
And it's so getting close to that. And it's already almost too late. People have this. I'm not even going to get into the level of disrespect racially that it goes on social media. If you think I'm lying, just go read the comments under these guys' posts.
Yeah. Yeah.
We live in divided times. People feel very enabled, and it really comes down to entitlement. Like, I've been avoiding saying it this whole time. It's what it is. People feel entitled to behave however it is that they please because they've paid for a ticket to watch someone perform.
Yeah.
And if you've got that kind of hate in your heart, you feel like you can talk like that. And while we're at it, Utah is notorious for having incidents like this. It's not just Russell Westbrook. Stop putting on him. Matt Barnes talked about it on The Herd.
Yeah. He
People
came on here
will
and talked
straight
about
up
it.
yell the N-word at these guys. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's security everywhere, especially on the lower level. There is security everywhere. Kick them out. Ban them. It's not that hard.
The people that are saying that it's kind of a mute issue, or he should be, control himself better, or kind of put the blinders on. The problem with it is, and they said like this has been going on in the NBA for years and years and years. It's like, okay, yeah, guess what? Back then, you could say stuff like that without any reprimanding at all. Like those people in the stands, race regardless, like not talking about race at all, can yell at the people and think nothing would happen to them. Right now, we're in a place where we're trying to teach people how to speak to people of other races and other nationalities and people that aren't their same creed and color. And these are the type of learning opportunities that we need to give America, because obviously they weren't given in the past. And just because it happened in the past and been going on forever doesn't mean it needs to change moving forward.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. It's inexcusable. The NBA has to do something about it.
But what can you do? You can't control that. That's my thing. That's why I feel so torn on it. You can't control that.
You can't control what people say, no. And you can't control fans heckling, no. And I'm not saying that everyone should go and sit with their hands in their lap and clap quietly for the dunks, okay? So just stop going overboard with everything.
That'd be interesting.
There's common sense level of what you can say and not say. If you would feel comfortable walking up to Russell Westbrook on the street, hands free, and say what you're saying now, I feel like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, you about it.
Right? Because you're about that life. So whatever happens to you, you feel like you can handle yourself. Here's the thing, though. You don't want the smoke. You don't want the smoke. You don't want smoke.
Especially now with him.
No smoke for you. No smoke.
Stop picking on people you don't want to smoke with.
You don't want smoke.
Stop acting like you want smoke.
You don't want the smoke.
You
No
don't
smoke
want
available
it.
for you.
Yes, no.
You can't handle it.
Weak
Cough,
lungs.
cough.
Yeah, very
no
weak
smoke.
lungs.
No smoke.
Weak, yes.
Weak lungs is not. It doesn't even begin to touch how much smoke is unavailable.
They don't. Yeah, unavailable.
Okay,
Smoke.
so just stop it. There's no invisible bubble that's going to protect you from a player who has had enough of your shit. It doesn't exist. I know in your mind you are protected because it's like, oh, well, if you touch me, I'm going to sue. You can get touched. You can get touched. It's available.
They touched Westbrook, little boy.
And I'm
touched
not
Westbrook the other day.
endorsing this, and I'm not advocating for this. I'm actually advocating for the complete opposite of it. I don't think that it's right that people feel like they can go to this men's workplace and talk this way to them. And it's not just NBA. It's football too. It's hockey. It's soccer. We just saw over the weekend a fan ran on the field and hit some
Yes.
sucker punch some guy.
Yeah,
It's
back.
crazy.
Baseball even.
Baseball too. Forgot about baseball. They play that sport.
RP
It's
Jack
easy, it's
Robinson.
easy to do, but
It's not okay. All the leagues need to get control of it. It's unacceptable behavior. I'm 100% on Westbrook's side. And if you don't like Westbrook, that's fine. He is the villain of the NBA, and I'm sure he has no problem with that. But off the court, he's a stand-up guy and has never been in any trouble. So this whole persona that Westbrook has is within the confines of actual basketball.
Right. Yeah.
Everything outside of that is nonsense. So people talking about like he's classless and just shut
guy
up.
tweeted, yeah.
Like do a minimal level of research on what kind of guy Russell Westbrook actually is.
Yeah.
If you don't like him on the court, that's fine. You don't have to. But that has nothing to do with his actual character. No kids or adults or old people, okay, or mascots from the other team should be touching Russell Westbrook or any other player. It's not for touching.
I mean, the days of players being passive is over. 'Cause
No,
we gotta,
that's it.
We gotta make
The
some change.
humble, we're happy to be here thing is
Yeah.
done. Let that go.
Yeah, so job.
Just, it's out of your mind. No smoke. No smoke. Oh, it's a remix. What's next?
It's hot in these NFL free agency streets, and it hasn't even officially started yet. NFL stars like Deshaun Jackson, Terrell Suggs, and Eric Weddle have all found new homes to finish out their careers. And we're all patiently waiting to see where Le'Veon Bell ends up. Joy, the NFL will dominate sports coverage until the NBA Finals. Wit it or quit it.
I'm going to quit that because March Madness is so close.
That's
It's
true.
so close, yes.
It is March, early April madness.
Oh, it's so close.
That's what it should be called.
So close.
Yeah.
So once that happens, we're going to get a little college basketball, which I'm very excited for,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah. So we can all start watching it.
It has been dominated and it's very fun. And I'm so glad the NFL has finally caught up to this NBA style
Yes.
of Woj bomb. Although we haven't quite figured out who Woj is. I mean, it's obviously Chef, but there's some, you know.
There's the amount of people that tweet the exact same thing at the exact same time with the different words and they act like they're the only person tweeting it. This is all fun.
I mean, as long as I get the news, to be honest with
Yes,
you.
that's fair.
But the point is, it's been fun. And there's been a lot of money given out. And obviously, we talked about Antonio Brown, who, wasn't a free agent, obviously was traded, but, moves. And Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley's headed to the Bills. That's interesting. I actually think it's a good move.
why are you hating on the Bills?
I mean, why am I hating on
now
the
Cole
Bills?
Beasley's a good move for the Bills, but not Antonio Brown. Actually, no, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, thank
now
you.
that I said
I'm
out
just,
loud,
like, waiting
hearing
for
it
that
back to
to
myself, it's like, actually,
process through.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
like
going
that.
to play Yarna on the list of free agent moves.
Cool. Yarna.
Okay, so Trent Brown, I'm gonna go nah. Way too much money. Way too much money.
Right.
Here's the thing.
Right.
Trent Brown's a good player. You can't pay former Patriots that much money. We've seen it.
Yes.
Bill Belichick, he
System and
tricks
all that
you,
stuff,
and
yeah.
it just doesn't. I don't see that working out.
I like
long
the
term.
move to secure getting Antonio Brown the ball, though. But the problem is the Patriots, they hold, like Tom Brady holds the ball at least like almost anyone in the NFL.
Well, that
they attack.
and the offensive line coach for the Patriots is legendary. They
Right.
have a system there. Like I just think it's too much money. Landon Collins, good for him. $84 million contract with the Redskins doesn't really move the needle for me. So
High-paid
I'm gonna go
middle linebacker.
to the money. Good for you. Nah, because it doesn't really change anything for the R words for me. Trey Flowers, 5-year deal with the Lions. Nah, good player,
Lions.
but it's the Lions. It's not the movement for me.
So
anyway,
sad.
Cole Beasley, I'm a because I do think that Josh Allen needs a reliable receiver,
Yeah.
And Cole Beasley is. I mean, it's a lot of money, but the Bills got to give somebody money.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. And yeah, that was a move that I think that the Bills should have been on the high of their priority list, because you have a young quarterback and you need someone reliable and a veteran. So cool with that. Let's skip down a little bit. Sheldon Richardson, 3-year deal with the Browns. Yaw to that. Like that. And Tyrann Mathieu signed a 3-year deal, $42 million with the Chiefs. Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And the Eagles got Deshaun Jackson, which is good. And shout out to Frank Gore, also with the Bills. Frank Gore is 36 years old.
Still doing it.
Still doing it.
I heard back in the day when he was with the 49ers, they were making a run with Kaepernick. They said he didn't even, I had friends that played there, and they said that Frank Gore literally didn't step on the field during practice. They were protecting his legs so much. And at times, there was a chair that just got pushed, and he just they protect those legs. And that's why he's able to play at 36.
Yeah, I mean, whatever he's doing is
protected
working, because
30.
he's had multiple surgeries and he's still out there killing it. And
Bone ball.
also C.J. Mosley is a yaw move.
I
to the
cannot
Jets.
believe the Ravens got rid of. They better get Le'Veon Bell. The Ravens better get Le'Veon Bell if they're going to get rid of important pieces on the defense like that. Terrell Suggs and now C.J. Mosley. That is insane.
Suggs is heading to the Cardinals, which I would yaw that as well.
Yeah. They usually they took Dwight Freeney. Like, they take a lot of older. Even though Terrell Suggs is going to. He's going to change that team. That's him and Cook.
Yeah, I mean, he's a veteran. I like that move. I don't know. I like the Jets for Le'Veon Bell. I'm hoping that's what happens. Although he'd be interesting with the Ravens as well.
Lamar Jackson needs help. I mean, you need an established running game to help a rookie quarterback like that.
The Jets have allegedly given, it's reportedly actually,
Yes.
I say allegedly like it's a crime. The Jets have reportedly given Le'Veon Bell a deadline, which makes sense because everyone's getting paid. Like, everything's happening.
Right.
So
The money's gotta move.
I think that he's probably holding out to try and get the money that he missed from last year, and I don't know if that's available. Although I think you should pay Le'Veon Bell whatever he asked for, because
he needs a boogie contract year. Le'Veon Bell, after not playing football for a year, he can't get a bunch of money to play football when he hasn't done it in the calendar year. Like, he needs to take a smaller deal with the Ravens and relax, prove himself, and then bounce around after that. These 1-year deals are going to be more and more popular in the NFL. Why not?
I mean, if
do one
it's guaranteed money,
Yeah.
sure. All right.